going to do a little tour of Moria up to this point. First things first, this is actually the entrance here. It's hidden. I'm not going to show you that yet. At least that's the current working entrance. It's not the final entrance. First rule is no digging the bottom layers first. Alright, just doesn't. No digging the bottom layers first. Main reason for that is I don't want people to. Here I'm pacing like Kane. The main reason for that is we don't want people to steal the resources and then just leave. The other reason, that's not fair to the people who put in all the effort to dig the top layers down. We could dig it out beforehand, but the reason I don't do that is then we could have somebody just dig it all, say they're helping, and then just, say, oh, I'm done with Moria, so, and walk away with all the resources. That's what we don't want. So, first and foremost rule is no digging the bottom layers. The other reason for that is it's for convenience. It's much easier to dig if you have solid ground under you than if you have a hole you keep falling into. So, in World 2, there's somebody who went through the bottom layers and dug everything out, and it looked, he put a lot of work into it, but it looked like it was going to be a pain in the ass once you got down lower. So I want to avoid that. The easier we make the digging, the better, because we got a lot of digging to do. Alright, rule 2 is store all materials. Don't intentionally burn them or let them disappear. If you mine with a full inventory on purpose, that's frowned upon. Probably kick you off the project for that. But if you just don't realize that your inventory is full and you just keep going, I've done that before. It's not a big deal. We'll have plenty, but I know it's a lot of work, but it'll make for one massive storage room that'll look pretty cool. I counted this last night, we have 170,000 blocks stored already, probably more since then. And this is 14 double chests. I seal them once they're full, not for security, because it's cobble, who cares, but for convenience. We know these are full, and these are full, and these are full. That's all cobble. It's 48,000. 14 double chests. You can do the math yourself. That is 48,000 though. And we have signs for everything else. Here's more cobble storage. It's mostly empty at this point. Here's private storage. Not going to show you that. The only two people allowed in here are me and Ghost Wheel at this point. It might change, but nobody else should be going into this room. If you need something from this room, you know we have it, then ask us. We have a bunch of smooth stone here. This should last us quite a while. Don't bother making any more right yet, unless you need it, unless this is like empty. You can drop your iron and gold here. I do take it out, smelt it, and keep it in my inventory in block form. We don't have a lot of gold yet. It's mostly just iron. You can see my iron there. Don't smelt the gold. And you don't have to bother smelting the iron. I'll do that. You can if you want it. It's no big deal. But don't be surprised if that chest is empty, because I do empty it out myself. It's not somebody stealing it. I'm just keeping it safe in my inventory. We will be using that iron for the railway, and if there's any extra, it will be donated to the public railway. Whoever made this, I don't mind that you did something random, but don't put too much work into it, because it will be torn up eventually. Yeah. So before I show you how far we've gotten, just go over a quick couple things. This is storage for the lights. Me and Ghost Wheel will probably be doing that. At least I'll be setting up the grid formation, the spacing and whatnot, and then I'll probably let other people do it just so they can have a break from digging. And then here's an access tunnel to get above the roof to place the lights. The lights are just single lava over a glass. By the way, if you find a natural cave, you do have my permission to explore it. I already explored a big cave system over here and got, all my diamonds and some iron and stuff. But you do have my permission to explore it. If you find a dungeon, all that stuff's yours. If you find anything in a natural cave, it's yours. Anything that's within the borders of Moria, if you know it's within the borders of Moria, we definitely want to keep that for Moria, except for the diamonds. Now, the diamonds I don't actually have a use for other than purchases, and I don't see the need to purchase much, if anything. So whoever digs that section of Moria can split the diamonds among themselves. Keep in mind, if somebody puts a lot of work and digs, half from here down, and then you finish the rest, you should split it with the person who did this. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Whoever, you guys can be mature enough to split that up. If there is any issue, then I'm just going to kick you off the project, because I'm not going to tolerate that crap. It's not worth it. So the pillars are all laid out. They're all cobble here. They're marked out at the corners. They're 10 by 10. The space between is 20 blocks. Everything has a lift for future use. It's not in place yet because we haven't dug the bottom. Rule number 1, don't dig the bottom first. But they're all in place on all the pillars. There's 36 in total. It's 6 by 6. Let me show you the floor. I want to go over the floor a little bit. I think we want to do half blocks, or at least this stone, just because bedrock looks like crap. However, we'll probably, don't worry about doing this until we're way farther in the digging process, but I think we want to do this for the floor. And we'll have to do full blocks because it looks stupid if you have any other block on top. Plus, you can't place torches unless there's a full block there. I can't place anything. Doesn't work. Over here is some lava if you gotta burn some duped items, or if you need more lava for the lights. That up there is a test with indirect lighting. We're not going to use it. I'm going to tear that down eventually. I took down my dirt tower, my dirt pillar. I didn't like it much. We got to change the design for the pillars. Even though these are dug lower, I did this before we laid out the pillars. Don't dig out this section that's marked off. And I think the last thing I want to go over is the lighting. Ghost Wheel did a lot of awesome work with the light. He helped me decide what we want for the light, and I'm going to give him all the credit for it. There's one thing I do want to change, though. Let me go down here. I want to change the spacing. He spaced them out evenly, but he did not take into consideration the spacing of the pillars. So like this one is probably fine. I'm going to move it probably 2 blocks. That's fine. Down here, you can see it's, how many blocks is that? 6 blocks from the left side of the pillar. That's the pillar there. It's 6 blocks left. This one is, looks like it's 5 blocks, 5 or 6 blocks. And we go down here, between the wall and the edge of the pillar is 20 blocks. What that gives us is, it'll be right about there. What that gives us is, because of the spacing of the pillars and the size of the pillars, we'll end up with a square like that. So that'll be 10 blocks from one pillar, that'll be 10 blocks from another pillar, third and fourth pillar. I don't want to do 4 lava blocks. I think that'll look bad. So what we're going to do to decide which block to use is what I did with the lifts on the top of the pillar. They're all in. That's east. That's north. They're all going to be in the northeast corner. So if you come across that block or that situation, it's going to be the northeast corner right there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay out this row, and then I'm going to lay out that row, and then once we got those spaced out, we can just mindlessly dig and then put a light wherever the rows meet, and then we'll be good. That's about it. I'm going to go ahead and convert this video and then upload it and then change the lights. Not really fix them. I'm going to move them. And then start digging, I guess. Alright, thanks everybody who has helped, and as Kane would say,